location. So we did a huge move up to here. That's a pretty big move from down here, right? It's not even on the map. But yeah, we moved to here. And we just started getting moved in. And I never got to finish building it. This is what it looked like. This was Site 2 Quillen. And the game updated to 1.5 when Anomaly came out. And it broke my tile. And we had to emergency evac out of there. And I had to get like 200 odd people out. And my caravans were unpacking themselves as they were packing to leave. So we left with no food. Because they unpacked all the food and I didn't know that I had a glitch. And so I took my entire colony starving up to here. And we moved in here. No, I don't want to do that. Hold on. Don't do that. Just show me my caravan. We moved in here. And we've been here for 1 year to date tomorrow. And it has been a nightmare from the beginning. So from the very beginning, we had everybody rock up and everyone was starving and everyone was unhappy from the travels and everyone went ballistic. Imagine 200 people, 220 odd people just going fucking mental. And all I had to house them was this little building here. And I didn't have my batteries and shit in here yet, but I just had this enclosed space here. This was all I had, was just like one out of wall. And I had all my storage, my people, my prisoners, my animals, all in that room. And it was a mistake. It was such a mistake. But I didn't have anywhere because like we left so much stuff behind. We abandoned so many resources like the previous location. So that was the best we could do. And then we finally started getting beds and all sorts of stuff. And more recently, we've kind of like upped the security. Like we've got some turrets and stuff. I've put extra turrets on the back end of this, by the way, because I can't really take raids on the back wall here. It's too narrow. But yeah, I got a fuck ton of turrets around the place to like help defend them and stuff. I'm starting to make like a little bit of armor. I was hoping to get them like better prepared to move than this. But I've gone through and I've installed a whole bunch of bionics and prosthetics and a couple of organs I've purchased. I don't do organ harvesting. I don't do cannibalism, and I don't do slaves in my colony. But I do take prisoners. And when I do, I take a lot of prisoners, as you guys might have noticed. Anywho, so I haven't renamed anybody or anything like that. If I see somebody that's got a specific name that matches up to somebody I have in my community, I will take them. I used to not take them if they were, you know, an ally. But then my mate Grim, I saw him down here just a moment ago. Where'd he go? My mate Grim walked in on my map for the first time ever. There you are. And I couldn't not take him. So he was one of my allies, and that was the first time I went back on my own principles of never attacking allies, and I stole him. And then I did this several more times for a few very specific people. So, like, I also have, like, one of my members' name and game characters. I'm also in my colony. I stole myself because I have name and game as well. So I can walk into your colony at any time. I don't know where I am. I know there I am. Yeah. So I can walk into like anybody else's game at any time and shit like that. So if you see that walk in, that's me. But yeah. Out of interest, my avatar is called Kelly Venus, if anybody's confused with that. So at the moment she's in Kitty Venus form, the alternate form. So you guys can change her like hair and outfit and stuff like that too. You can mess around with that, that's fine. But who needs medical treatment? Naomi. Why? Punch up? Yes. But yeah, we've basically like installed a whole bunch of body parts and some people, which has allowed most of my colony to get up to speed again, kind of thing. There's a few people that still, a lot of people are missing eyes. I can't make eyes yet. I am working on it, but like we have a backlog going of like making components first. So yeah, that's slowing us down, which is why I'm buying some. You got 26. Nice. But yeah, I've got to kind of like settle at a new location and then move some of the stuff. I'm going to be moving all the benches. I don't know about the beds. I may take Masterworks and Legendaries with me, and I may just sell the rest like I did previously, because there's a lot of beds. Hey, S says Zo. I don't know how to say that. It's like just Zo, maybe. Is this save our ship mod? Nope. I have like just about no mods. This is basically core game, and hold on. I'll grab my little mods list. I only have 6 mods and the core game. I don't have, apart from the name and game thing, I don't have any DLCs or anything like that. But this is what I got. So I use EdB Prepare Carefully to bring 21 colonists in from previous colonies. And yeah, I kind of expected them to kill each other, but they just didn't. They all got along, so this is why I decided to go with it. And then I started taking a lot of prisoners, and then I was like, you know what I should do is I should take an army of 250 people to landed ship quests. That's what I should do. So that's what we're doing. And I'm hopefully going to move to a 4th location. It looked like you're building a spaceship, Lol. I haven't built a spaceship yet, so before I started streaming, I did kind of like put down some shit, but because I never looked shit up, I didn't know which order to put crap in and how it all worked and stuff. So yeah, I never went anywhere with that. But no, I'm headed towards the landed ship quest, which is up from us. It's all the way up here, but it's not on an ice sheet for once. So we're headed for this. We're down here, and we're going to move soon to somewhere between here. Initially I was just going to leapfrog them to about here, but they've got to actually, if I send a caravan, here's the thing. This is the only passage that they can get through to get out here, right? And it's going to slow them down like a lot. So they got to get down through here, go through that, and then they can go up and around this. There are roads that at least bring them over to here, but it's a really long way. It's like a week of fucking journey. So it'll take them a while. Nice. But yeah, I have like fuck bugger all when it comes to mods. This is a closed mod playthrough as well, so I'm not adding or removing any mods. I have one broken mod. Wild Reproduction doesn't work, but like the animals in the 1.5 update, I think they kind of do that anyway. It's just a wild reproduction used to be that when wild animals used to come into my map, they're more likely to be like a little bit more of them, and they're more likely to have babies and reproduce. And that would supply us with like a tiny bit more meat. But like at the moment it's fall and we've got a few animals coming in here. I don't usually get this many animals come in. We never get more than this come in because we just cull them and use them. This is why I wanted to buy like the couple of grand of meat before, because like, yeah, it's one of the things we're low on. We're specifically low on it because I have a shit ton of panthers and cats. I have, hold on, where's my animals? There. Yeah, I have a lot of bonded animals. Like a lot of bonded animals, a lot of tame animals and stuff too. We had to cull some at the start of last winter, or a couple winters ago, I guess now. We had to cull 2/3 of the colony of animals to stay alive. And then last winter, we were going into the start of winter with no cooked food and almost no raw food. So we've done really fucking well for a year in game, you know. But yeah, here we go, IRL, we moved here. Caravans arrived. Cool, that would be my other mining one. With Kangaroo. Kangaroo was injured, so I sent her out early, but I actually think my caravan might... I don't know. Yeah, no, that was the other one. They, my other caravan got back before this. I sent her because she was injured, and then they got attacked again on the way here, so it's fine. I'll just get you guys unpacked when you guys come in. So that my animals can come over here, like my trained panthers can come and do all the hauling instead of my people wasting time getting stuff off them. That's the only real fucking mod I've got that's like, does anything. 100+ colony as well. Do you have any strategies or like mass disease or huge rage or tragedies? We've had a lot of things. Hold on. Struggling at 10 lol. That fly is back. It's like lazily flying around as if it can't support its own weight. Fuck off, bug. If I have to, I will pause and get up and kill that thing. Tragedies. Hold on. Yes. Yeah, we've had a few tragedies. So because the game has been, the save has been running for 2 years plus IRL, we've gone through some things. So realistically, the first real like major things we had was at the first location we had obviously like my cook go berserk and kill my other cooks while we were trying to like leave the location. We had a major battle happen that involved basically a tactical disadvantage. Let me show you what like location number 1 looked like. So as you can see here, I have a lot of little buildings and fuck off, bug. I may have to kill that. Yeah, I have a lot of buildings, and as a result, the raiders got a tactical advantage over us and were like really hurting a lot of people. We had like a lot of people in that colony have to get medical treatment and stuff. We had both my hospitals, which are the 2 white buildings in the center, and they were fully full, and there was lots of people in their beds and stuff. Most of my colony went down for that and stuff. When we moved to the next location, this is what I was just saying before, when we moved to the next location, we had the game glitch on that tile when the update happened for Anomaly, and the core game updated the version and my tile glitched out. We had just moved in. I had just culled off a whole bunch of animals. This is where we moved in, right? We moved out of the last place and then we moved in. And we started to prosper, and then the game glitched and we had to evacuate, and I had to abandon just about all my resources, and the caravans were glitching out. They weren't leaving, and they were also unpacking all the food as they were packing the food onto the caravan. So my caravans actually weren't leaving the place. My people were getting distressed. They were infighting. And then when I finally did get them off the map, they were starving the whole journey, and we had no resources to trade for because I just culled off my animals to be able to settle for a while. So I didn't have the animals I needed to leave. So we lost a lot there. Then we moved in here and my people fucking hated this place. They hated it for 3 months straight. We moved in as winter hit. And while winter doesn't snow in this location, my crops, I didn't think to plant crops outside at the time because I'm like, oh, it's winter. We just came from a snowing area and a permanent summer map. And I'm like, oh, I probably can't plant here in the winter again. Anyway, so I started making, I think I had this grow room and I had this geothermal. They're the only 2 things that I had so far. And this was a smaller room. We were trying to grow indoor crops and my colonists destroyed the geothermal. You know, the only thing that was producing power in the entire base to run these lights and produce the food and stuff. And so I ended up having to demolish some of the batteries I brought to get the components to repair the geothermal. And now we have borders around them for a reason, to prevent them from breaking it. It still doesn't protect them from proper battles and raids and shit. So you can see this one's encased, but it's damaged and stuff. It still doesn't fix that, but like we try. Then of course, we had like 3 great starvation events where people just absolutely lost their mind. We also had high psychic drone events. We've had a few bad mech battles. Like the human battles aren't too bad. Like I get about 145 people or whatever raid, but that's manageable. People are manageable and I can steal them. When it's mechs, we get like 40, like about 50 odd. And it's like, you know, you get like the centipedes and the inferno cannons and all sorts of shit. And like, yeah, that sucks, especially since most of my colony is like relatively flammable. especially in like a high crop season, outdoors. So I save and reload though as well. So when we get a raid, I save at the very beginning of the raid and I try to play through and see what the outcome is and stuff. And if the outcome is like an absolute fail, I do reload and I try again. We've had raids that last like 90 minutes and stuff where I'm just like starting, going back and just trying to salvage or save what the fuck we've got. Because it's a disaster. Like the raid where we had the mechs come in here, they set this on fire. They came down here and they came in through here. They set this on fire, this hay grass stuff, and then it burnt around here. My prisoners cooked and did a jailbreak. I had my colonists burned to a crisp in here. This all caught fire. I had animals get lightning struck down here. So down here caught on fire too. And that was just okay, we're going to try that one again kind of thing, you know. So yeah, I also ended up learning in that battle that I have one colonist that seems to be invisible to mech raiders, as long as she doesn't attack them. And that's Ray. I don't know if she's in the colony at the moment or if she's out on a trip. But Ray is invisible to mechs as long as she doesn't hit them first. They don't care about her. So I've got one person that can go out and save, rescue and stuff, which is really great. What was it? I start struggling at 10 plus. I find that the less colonists I've got, the harder the game is to play, I'll be honest. Because this is mostly self-managed. Like, I've just been, like, gas bagging most of the night. I do need to, like, actually set up a caravan. But, like, in the worst case scenario, if I've got their food set up and I'm bringing home meat and everybody's coming home soon and we're getting components made and stockpiled, I can push it till next week at worst to actually move. But I do think I could transport pod somebody to where I want to go. I just want to get a caravan launched out, but I want everybody home first. I'm also expecting to get attacked because, as you may notice here, we have a lot of wealth. We're in like the 2 million kind of wealth bracket. And I've only been getting like small ambushes and manhunters and all sorts of shit. So I haven't been getting attacked by anything for real since back here. And I'm expecting it, and I want them to get attacked before we move and stuff. Yeah, no, I wasn't kidding, Scarlett. As you can see, this is my colony. What else? Yes, there's something big happened there. Yeah, the other day my kid in my colony kicked some high explosive and nearly killed 2 people. Oh no, my people do dumb shit too. Like, I've got the infinite chem reactors, right? We had 4, I think 3 or 4 when we moved in, and somebody destroyed 2 of those. And so I had to buy a fucking another one. So we didn't have all my chem reactors, but I didn't notice. And then some fucking idiot came in here at some point, not this location, but one of the previous locations, came in here and kicked the chem fuel until it exploded. And then we ended up with a storage fire. That was at the first location. That was here. And my storage room caught fire when it was like smaller. And I had like a fire that was like over 800 degrees inside. Nobody could get into it. Everybody was getting like inhalation burns, and it was just, oh, it went to shit. It was so bad. It was like rescue recovery was just stand outside and let it burn, basically. It was just an average day in RimWorld. Welcome in, Insu. How you doing? I did catch the end of your 99 Diablo stream, by the way. I was kind of lurking in the morning when you were like 2 bars away from the end. I just was busy and I couldn't chat and stuff. But I didn't get to see the finish. I wish I did. So do you get 1 frames per second in raids? I have no fucking idea. So when I'm in a raid, I do this. I'm pausing, I'm assessing, I'm moving stuff, then I'm unpausing, letting them walk, then I'm calculating on the next thing. It's basically like turn-based when I fight. So I have no fucking clue. I also don't pay attention to that stuff anyway. You have its performance optimization mods and 4 times fast forward. Nope, I have no performance mods at all. What I listed earlier, you may not have seen it. Hold on. That's all I've got. I got core game. I have the name in game DLC, and no other DLCs, and I only have those mods. I use EdB Prepare Carefully to bring in my 21 original colonists from other colonies to this map. Wild Reproduction doesn't work, and this game has been running since version 1.3 over 2 years ago till now. So I've been playing it for a long time, this one colony, and it's doing fine. I think it's doing fine considering I have 282 colonists, you know, and fuck knows how many animals I think I've got. Hold on. Let's see. Probably about 200, 300 something. I'd say probably about 300 to 400 actually, because some of those are in the 50s and shit. I think it's doing great. I've had more animals. We normally have like 750 animals, but I had to cull them to keep the colony alive. And then I promptly took 30 more people. So we're doing good. We're doing great. There's lots once you're doing these huge colonies. No, well, this is a closed mod playthrough, so I'm not adding anything. And I also am kind of testing what the core game can really do. And like I said, I'm also working my way across the map to the landed landed ship quest. So yeah, I see you meowing, Keelon. I see you meowing in fucking YouTube. Is that moments like those are why I love RimWorld? How we doing this fine Tuesday? Pretty good. Pretty good. I'm just kind of like chilling, gas bagging, the usual stuff. Dealing with a massive ass fly. I kind of... Fuck off, mate. I kind of want to get up and spray it. I might get up and spray it. It's getting invasive, people. I'll tell you what. I'll put yous on a be right back. And I'm going to go deal with this monstrosity of a fly that's harassing me, okay? Hold on. Where's my thing? Yeah, no, as soon as I stood up, it disappeared. So I've sprayed around and I don't think I've got it. So I just shut the door and I'm hoping that it's not trapped in here with me. The only other problem is that Azula will lose her shit, my cat, but she's not in this room at some point. So yeah. But anyway, welcome back, everyone. Welcome in, Shadow. What else did I miss there? I gotta drive home from work now. Have a great stream, everyone. No worries, Abra. You're probably already gone by now, but thank you for hanging out, chatting and stuff. So thanks for watching. What a slog that was. Yeah, it was pretty interesting getting to see your you know, push to 99. I could probably do it, but that like it's so much XP. It's just so much XP to try to push through. The rate in which I die in Diablo, I would lose my XP so much. I'd be just going backwards. I'd lose, like, drop my stuff at some point and it would just be a nightmare. What else? This game's similar to Factorio. I'd say not really. I agree with Dan on that one. This is more like a colony sim kind of thing, storyteller type game. So, like, it's been mostly chill. I've just been mostly hanging out in my colony tonight. But at the same time, like, there is a world and you can add all kinds of mods. You can have multiple places. You can go and visit your allies. You can attack your allies. You can attack your enemies. You can leave them be. You can travel around all over places. There's all kinds of different biomes to kind of, like, put bases on. All sorts of different challenges to deal with. Like, there's manhunter packs of animals. There's raiders will come in and attack you, break your shit, steal your stuff, or people. There's mechanoids that will come in and fuck up your shit and stuff. Yeah, there's cannibalism. That's another thing too, if you want your colonists to do that. You could also make human leather stuff as well. All sorts of stuff. Or, yeah, you can pretty much play this almost however you want, with like all sorts of mods, and there's DLCs that have like a lot of content and stuff. But yeah, I'm mostly just kind of like hovering over like some of my people and making sure that we're like I'm waiting for my colonists to come back. They're asleep and in transit and stuff. So yeah. So if you like Factorio, you'll probably like RimWorld. Yeah, actually, I would agree with that too, because I have probably at least 4 people I know play both and stuff. My people in Twitch chat are confused now. What, because you're in both? Nah, they're alright. So anybody that doesn't know, Chat's Relay is relaying the messages from YouTube to here. I did set up one for YouTube to get Twitch to here, but at the moment it's just using my broadcaster as Aprillic and relaying messages that way. I'm going to fix it after stream and set it up right. So Thursday, when I come back and stream Diablo 2, yeah, it should be, you guys should be able to talk to each other and shit. I was going to have some water. The bug spray is like kind of choking up my asthma, and I've got the door shut. So I'm like, Jesus, I'm kind of like gassed in here. Like on your crest. No, I saw that. Yeah, last I saw the fly like flew past my monitor and then down behind my computer. But I didn't see it come up. So I did like spray back there. But like it's been like flying around really lazily as if it can't support its own weight or just doesn't have wing strength. So when it does fly past, it's obnoxiously in my face, kind of close, you know? So it was just pissing me off. And as I said earlier, we think we've got probably a dead rat somewhere in the roof or on the roof, and it's attracting flies, but they don't quite know where it is. We can't smell it and we don't know where it is either. And it's just bringing flies into the house. So that's the problem we've got at the moment. So we're just going through like a day or two of that. After another day, we'll either have zapped most of them or they'll have passed away naturally anyway. So should be fine. But come on, what was it? Come on, Morty, it's 20-minute adventure in and out. Lol. It's basically like that for this. It must be late in Australia right now for sure. It would be. It's midnight. It's like midnight, 20 past kind of time. But like I'm awake at night, and I think you guys were going down to that, but were you actually going somewhere? Colonist animals. You got food. Cheddar falcon, tonneau cat. Are you guys going somewhere, or are you... If they ain't going anywhere, you guys can go visit the mining spot. I'm sure that pinged up at some point and I completely ignored it. So it's probably got a hostile or something. No, it's fine. I'm pretty sure Cheddar's not our, I think Whoops is a miner, right? Lance. Was this supposed to be the support team and I just packed up my caravan early? I did. Okay, that's kind of funny. Okay, let me, I don't want to send too many miners out to this. But I will send them. They can start chopping down wood, and that would be fine. Let's send... I had a caravan location out here, a mining lump of gold, and I brought them home really at the early start of stream, but I kind of forgot that I was merging them. Just because, like, I woke up before stream. I didn't get a lot of sleep today. I only fell asleep, like, after 2 p.m. And when I fell asleep really hard. So I kind of woke up a bit like groggy and out of it, which is not usual for me. But yeah, no, I just couldn't remember shit. I don't want to send too many people that can do actually mining because I don't mind them taking a hot minute. I also don't want to send too many people with guns because, like I said, I have been expecting for the past month to actually have a physical fucking proper attack at my location, at my colony. The problem I've got is that nothing really has happened. I've had a manhunter pack of 33 bears. I've had a few infestations, and we've gone and done like some hostile lump of gold and shit like that. But that's been about it. So it really hasn't been that much. And just grab... I don't want to send you. You've actually got a decent gun. The other group, my people for the trees, they have guns. So I don't want to send you. I know Sasha got downed. If she's up and she's at a hospital, I can send her because she won't have a gun on her. That would be fine. I'm also just kind of like semi-choking on the fucking fumes of the fly spray. I don't want to open the door because I assumed that if I didn't spray it, I at least got it stuck outside. You know. I'll send you 3. One person has a gun, so if you guys get attacked, there'll be more than enough. Now, you guys also brought home the horses, so let's send out a few horses, and that should be enough. And then I'll get you some food and shit. So I'm pretty sure the other group were supporting. So I don't think I gave them good amount of food and stuff. But I maybe did. 10 days worth of food's going to be more than enough. I'll send them out. Yeah, I know you guys got problems with the food. They always have problems with the food. But yeah, I'm trying to wait for caravans to get home and for shit to attack us so that we can fucking move. I specifically want us to get attacked so that when we move and my colony is split, I don't get hit so fucking hard here. Hopefully, or there. Worse would be there and shit. I'm gonna put on my stream wish list right away. Oh yeah. Yeah, no, it's a good game. You could play this like a million different ways. This is why, like, when it comes to raiding out from stream, RimWorld's one that, unless I know the streamer, I don't usually raid out from it, because you can raid into somebody else's game and it's a completely different game, more or less. Like, in every fucking sense of the word, just about, you know. But yeah, I don't know. What else was going on? Great colony management game with big mods community, lots of fun content. Yeah, you can eat enemies too. Really enjoy the genre of this game games. Actually, I binge them whenever I have like an introvert phase. Oh yeah. Yeah, no, this kind of game is one where it's like addictive. It's very simple. Just as a heads up, most people's games do not have this many people, and everybody's kind of like running around a mile a minute and shit because, like, yeah. There's also a lot of storytellers and stuff.